Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2018. If you're live watching on YouTube, thanks so much. If you're live watching on Twitch, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Now, as you guys can see, today we are going to start off with what seems to be a favorite deck by many and a hated deck by almost as many. And Relic, thanks so much for the follow. We are going to be playing with Greninja today. So Greninja, a pretty interesting deck in the sense that it's like it has been able to keep up with the power creep. Breakthrough or break, what's the set? Breakthrough, I believe, was released quite a long time ago. And Greninja, because of how the meta is being shaped and because of how powerful a card it is, it's actually still meta relevant. And your biggest enemy is actually yourself. And Skill, thanks so much for the host. Very kind of you. So yeah, we have Greninja with its Shadow Stitching attack, which deals 40 damage. Breakpoint, yeah, breakpoint, not breakthrough, sorry. Shadow Stitching does 40 damage, and then you shut off your opponent's abilities during their turn. Now, that's the main reason why Greninja is actually viable. Shutting off your opponent's abilities is a pretty big deal because there's so much reliance on abilities. And Jay Liana, thanks so much for the follow as well. Welcome to the stream. So there's a lot of decks that are reliant on abilities such as Malamar, such as Orc, and even Puzzle to an extent with its auxiliary reliance. And then we also have the new Rayquaza GX and the Hick Boson. Thank you so much for choosing to subscribe with Twitch Prime. That's very, very kind of you, and so much activity going on. Paul, thank you so much for the host as well. Very kind of you. And so, let me actually put this. Wow, so much activity, guys. Thank you so much. VS, thank you so much for the host. I don't know why the bits thing is actually not working, but I'll fix it in a little bit. Okay, so, thank you so much. So that's the main reason why Greninja is relevant, because there's so much reliance on abilities. You even rely on abilities yourself as Greninja, but you can shut them off only on one side, which is really good. And then we have Moonlight Slash, which deals 60 damage plus 20 if you decide to return the water energy to your hand. Now we have triple Greninja Break. Greninja Break is the other reason why Greninja is so good. Not only do you get a huge boost in HP up to 170, but Giant Water Shuriken, being able to discard a basic water and place 6 damage counters anywhere you want on the field is actually so good. That increases your damage output by quite a bit, and therefore that plus the ability lock becomes really strong. Lonely Mitsubishi, thanks so much for being here. VSH as well, the Hick Boson, Commander Rainbow. Thank you to everyone who is here and watching. Now to support Greninja, we have 3 different Pokemon. We have Frogadier with its Water Duplicates attack, where you get to search for 3 Frogadier and put them onto your bench, which is really cool. Then we have the 1/1 Starmie line. Starmie with its ability Space Beacon, you discard a card and get back 2 basic energy from your discard pile, which means it combos really well with Greninja Break. And finally, we have the 1 Tablele GX. Ideally, we won't want to bench this guy, but if we end up benching it, so be it, because its ability Wonder Tag increases the consistency of the deck. Now, in terms of supporter cards, we have a very straightforward 4 Cynthia, 4 N, and 2 Sycamore. Reduce Sycamore count because even though it's really good, we don't want to discard too many pieces, too many clutch pieces, such as the Evolution line, such as the Starmie piece, such as the Super Rod and Rescue Stretcher. Sometimes you do have to thin, but ideally we just want to shuffle draw with Cynthia and N. And then in terms of item cards, we have 4 Ultra Ball and 4 Evo Soda to maximize consistency alongside 3 Brooklet Heal so that we can get the double Froakie out on turn 1. We have 2 enhanced hammer to deny resources to our opponent, 2 max potion to deny KOs to our opponent, 2 field blower to deny them tools and get rid of pesky parasitides and floatstones on carbotoxins. Then we also have 2 choice bands to increase our damage output, 1 of each rescue stretcher and supra to have flexibility when healing, and finally the 1 counter catcher in order to try and trap a Giratina promo if our opponent has that in play, or simply to be able to go into a spread type of mode. Now that is the list. Let's jump into a ladder and see how we can do in 9 straight games with Greninja Break, which I know a lot of people are skeptical on how good it's actually going to be, but we'll see. We'll see. And so, am I going to play Greninja for Worlds? No. It is a real option, yes, but I probably won't be playing it just because even though it's a very strong card, or a very strong deck rather, it can also be very inconsistent. But I mean, I would not be surprised to see people play it, especially now that since it's like off the radar for many people, that means people are dropping their Giratina promos. Yeah. And what is my opinion on Max Strike? Do you think it's overplayed? I have no idea what Max Strike is. Okay, I feel like my opponent should not be able to knock out this Roki on turn 1, so I can actually just pass here. I have no idea what Max Strike is. VSH. What's the card on the top right? Oh, it was the Counter Catcher. Yeah, the card that I was covering was the Counter Catcher. And Bob McDougall, thank you so much for the bits. Ooh, turn 1N. Turn 1N, not very good, because we had a really good hand, but we're up against Zorg, which should already be a good matchup, and we have the turn 2 water duplicate, so I believe we should be in for a good time. We're about to find out if we have any Frogatier's prize. We do have 1 prize, but that is okay, and we finish our turn right there. So not doing too bad so far. Okay, that's the text I wanted to see. Oh no, that's actually no, that's not the text I want to show. Okay, that's it. So we are currently 0-0 for games, right? We'll try to keep track. So try to keep track of the 9 games that we have going with Greninja Break, with the score over there. Rayquaza GX, good or overhyped? I'm generally not sure. I haven't been able to play with the newer cards yet, but from the little bit that I've thought about it and seen it being played, I think it's good. I think it's good. It's just not game-changingly good, but it is good. Max Strike is a Garchomp theme deck that can be built into a standard deck. Okay. I mean, I would assume it's a good deck then. Not really sure, but I would assume it's a good deck. Do you think any cards from Celestial Storm go into this deck? I don't think so. I don't think this deck changes whatsoever, honestly. What do you think of Naganadel's Tagataka deck? That actually sounds pretty viable. Honestly, that actually sounds pretty viable. I'm gonna set up a Froakie here. But yeah, that actually sounds pretty viable. I'm gonna Field Blower, and then I'm gonna Shadow Stitching to start locking my opponent. Why don't you test play on proxy cards with other pros? Because you need to like print and do it over Skype and with adjust the camera, and it's just not very convenient. And the cards are arriving to PTCGO next week, so that's when I'll be kicking things up a notch in terms of playtesting, and that's when I'll be getting ready. Yeah. Are you facing a demo account? Apparently I'm facing a demo account, and Tiu Sam is actually a Brazilian content creator, so he might upload his playtesting afterwards. Who knows? Okay, so this is actually a pretty great top deck, and I think I'm actually just gonna outright heal. I am risking not getting up water energy off of this N, but I think it's also okay to do so. Because the chance of us getting one were actually pretty high, I would say. We didn't get a Greninja Break, however, and our Staryu, along with a Frogadier, is prized. So, I think I'm just gonna Shadow Stitching for now. No, it... oh, it might say Demo. No, I actually don't know. We can find that. No, it is Demo. Demo Tio-san, so it is actually a demo account. And yeah, they used to do that. I don't think they do anymore, but they used to do that. Yeah. I don't think they do that anymore, but they did used to do that. Okay. Is he playing single puzzle or double puzzle? Double puzzle would be annoying here. That he got it raw off of our N with such a big deck, but it is double puzzle. Okay. So we get them back-to-back max potions, which I definitely can't complain about. The issue is we are losing a bit of energy here. That's the biggest issue. We are losing a little bit of energy, and we're not having Greninja Break in order to increase our damage output just yet. We are a little bit in a hurry in order to be able to get the Staryu and therefore get back energy. I don't think I'm gonna play the counter catcher yet. Okay, so we do get a Greninja Break finally. And yeah, demo accounts give us 4 of every single card, which is really nice. Now I can give my opponent 1 trade in exchange for the 2 prizes. I think that's a good enough trade here. So I'm gonna do that, especially because I have some really clutch cards prized. And then I'm gonna Moonlight Slash, get the energy back. That is, however, a lot of my energy already in the discard pile. 4 out of the 6 basics. And we get a Frogadier of the prizes. That's always good. Trash Challenge Garb still viable? Definitely, VS. Trash Challenge Garb actually just won the 2 most recent tournaments. And from the news said, like, I think for this format, only Rayquaza is actually going to be relevant. And therefore... maybe Banette, but if Rayquaza becomes very relevant, then you have a deck that discards a ton of cards very quickly, and therefore starts adding up item cards in the discard pile. Yeah. And Peaky, wow, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Could you put bursting balloons in this deck? You could, but I think they are strictly inferior to things like enhanced hammer and counter catchers and choice bands. And hello Ryan, thanks so much for being here. How are you doing today? So you were streaming earlier. How did your stream go? Hope it went well. And you haven't played since the middle of Burning Shadows. Okay. That is a decent amount of time. And all good, Titan. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so my opponent did manage to find the DC after all of that trading and whatnot. So, I mean, as long as I keep getting back the pieces, I should be fine. Actually, that was probably a mistake. Gonna Giant Wonder. Yeah, let's just pressure his energy. Then I am giving him a prize, which might not have been the best idea, actually. I could have just retreated into this Greninja, but then if he Guzmas, then I lose the Greninja pieces for no reason. So I think this way was a little bit better. It's just there's so much energy in my discard pile now. So much energy. 2-2 line Starmie feels better. I mean, that would be ideal. The thing is, with so much space or so little space in the deck, you're kidding that he got double puzzle again. Oh my god. You're kidding. Twice he got double puzzle. Wow. I am actually speechless. Twice he got raw double puzzle. Twice. He gets all of that under shadow stitching. That was actually ridiculous. How do you get all of that off of one? Off of... Anyways. I mean, nothing you can do, right? It is a possibility, no matter how unlikely it is. It is a possibility, and therefore, we are going to lose this game. There's no way we recover off of that. There's absolutely no way, that we recover off of that. So what are you gonna do? It's like raw double puzzle twice under shadow stitching luck. And with those prizes as well. Oh well. I mean, I thought I was being conservative by not ultra rolling there for a Lele. I never in a million years expected him to double puzzle raw the delinquent and the parallel. So that's a harsh loss to take, honestly. That's actually a very harsh loss to take. When you're Greninja against Zork, it's definitely a very harsh loss to take. But anyways, we'll live, right? We'll live. What deck got you the most points this season? That's a good question. Guardy Sylveon got me around 300 points. Got me top 16, got me a League Cup win. Ooh, I don't know what I'm up against. I think if I just pass, I should be safe here. Once again. Guardy Sylveon probably got me around 300-ish points. Zork variants probably got me the most points. Buzzle also got me a very decent amount of points. But I actually haven't made that breakdown of what got me the most points. Frank, you went to 2 pre-releases. I only got 2 holos out of 14 packs. Wow, that is actually very unlucky. Very, very unlucky. Pogala, I will not be playing Primal Groudon today. Primal Groudon is from Expanded, and Expanded is not relevant until like October when the first Expanded Regionals happens. So, okay, so a lot of you guys are asking, why not the 70 HP Froakie? Why the 60 HP Froakie? Well, there's a very important reason for that. And why are 60 HP basics? Why were 60 HP basics phased out for a little bit? Well, when Buzzle GX was being heavily played, you had to be very aware of what you benched, right? And therefore, if you had 70 HP, it took 3 snipes rather than 2. But think about the common Buzzle GX decks right now. They play 2 or 1 Buzzle GX. Now it's all about Baby Buzzle, and Baby Buzzle doesn't go after the bench, right? And then if the Buzzle has a strong plus Diancie, then they can knock out either the 70 or the 60. But the attack of the 60 HP Froakie is actually better. So that's why you play the 60 HP Froakie again, not the 70 HP. And what will I be testing first for Celestial Storm? When the set comes out, I'll definitely be building as many decks as I can. But the first decks that I will probably be testing will be Stack Attacker based decks and Rayquaza. Yeah, I wanna see Rayquaza in action. I wanna build it myself, and I wanna see it in action. Those are probably gonna be the first few decks that I'll try. Also wanna try Ludicolo Cargo. I wanna try Shiftry, and pretty decent start here. Pretty decent start. 3 pre-releases, 2 drafts, 2 boxes, 1 Ray GX, Josh. That's harsh. That's actually a bit harsh. Oh my gosh, I think I just misplayed. I just opened up the delinquent play again, which is never good, right? Never ever good. But let's just Shadow Stitching here to prevent any more trading by my opponent. And welcome, Tama Drummer. Ugh, you're kidding. They have the one delinquent every time? Really? That's twice we have been delinquented. That's ridiculous. And when I played the stadium, I was like, oh, I just did it. But it's like the fact that they have it immediately is what's crazy, because my opponent didn't even search for it. And top deck. Oh well. Grave, is this a special Greninja deck besides the 60 HP Froakie? It has a 1 counter catcher. That's generally the only thing special about it. Pain got a secret rare Rainbow Energy and a Scissor GX in 4 packs. That's pretty lucky. That's pretty lucky. Very nice, Tamadrummer. It's always good to get ready for the new season. Oh my. This is just getting worse and worse by the second. I can't believe. When I played that stadium, I was like, oh, delinquent. And then I was like, no, it's fine. It's unlikely that he'll have it. And then he did have it. Under Shadow Stitching. Oh boy. Should Tropical Beach be banned, reprinted, or left alone? I think it should. The effect should be printed on a different card, which means Tropical Beaches are still worth a lot, but everyone can play that effect without having to pay $400 for a playset of a card or more. Yeah. At least you got to build Zoro Macargo. Yeah, Zoro Macargo seems to be pretty good. Like, that's essentially what my opponent is playing, and it'll only make the deck better, right? And nope. I think I'm gonna have to concede again. Oh boy. I mean, what do you do? I think this one hurt even more than my opponent's. No, Raw Double Puzzle hurts more than Raw Delinquent there. It's like they still have half their deck left. What are the chances that they have Delinquent already? And then my opponent previously already double puzzled the turn before, and then he gets it again. Under Shadow Stitching. That's what really hurts. The under Shadow Stitching. Like, it's just one game, right? Or it's 2 games in a row. And it's very unlikely. And it won't happen. If I do it 20 times, it won't happen 4 times, right? But it's just, oh well. Do you think Disruption Zoro will still be strong at Worlds? Yeah, I do think so. I do think it will still be strong at Worlds. Probably will be the most popular version. And now we get a Greninja hand. You played some best of 3s against Ray. When I got a Alolan Mach setup, it was over for the Rayquaza. That makes sense. That actually makes sense. Difficult though, right? If you build, like, if you add a Alolan Mach to Zoroark and then also Macargo, I feel like Zoroark Alolan Mach could be really good. More so than Zoroark Macargo Alolan Mach. Because Macargo is like, you could just play Mallow most of the time, right? Macargo is really good, but bench space is an issue, and Prowl CD is also an issue. And Toxicology, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Greninja mirror match. Yeah, binder drop, that would be ideal, and also using Mew EX as well. Also using Mew EX in order to KO a Big Buzz. And hello Amphi, thanks so much for being here. Enjoy the 30-minute match, I know, right? Like, we can't catch a break. Ooh, my opponent grabs N though, which is good. Which is definitely good. And he plays a Brooklet, which kind of helps us. I mean, technically you could be scared of Wally, evolve into Frogadier into Wally Greninja. But we actually definitely don't have that option right now. So let's bubble and hope my opponent does decide to play the end. I hope he does. I hope he does. Since the Pokemon lines were super thin in Zoro Control, as in there were only 12 Pokemon, I think a couple doesn't hurt it that much. Yeah, that makes sense. But like, what I mean is regarding bench space. Like, you want Zoroark down, you'll probably end up benching 1 or 2 Lele's, and then you want Macargo and Muk. I feel like you have to choose. I don't think you can run both. Okay, but never mind. My opponent has a Frogadier and had the energy, but still chooses to end, which I am very thankful for. But the advantage that we had by going first is now completely nullified by the fact that A, our hand sucks, and B, my opponent now has the initiative. You know? So yeah, like ideally, yeah, Zoroark with a Macargo and with a Alolan Muk, that's the dream, right? Triple Zoroark, double Macargo, 1 Alolan Muk. That's the dream. But can you really afford to build that? I don't think so. Okay. We have a Frogadier priced. We have a Frogadier priced versus my opponent's 4. We went first, but our hand was dead. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I lose just based off of this. I'm down 1 Frogadier, and I mean, the counter catcher might be the card that helps me. Well, probably not. Zoro Muk with counters, that's a possibility. The issue with Muk is that you shut off your own ability to search for Mallow with Lele. That's the one thing I'm not a huge fan of. But like, is Alolan Muk better than just having Sylveon to respond to the KO? That would be my genuine question. Like, is setting up Alolan Muk better than just playing Sylveon and returning the KO every time? Do you think the new Delcatty is worth playing as a 1/1 line in existing decks? Possibly. Wow, my opponent actually misplays big time here. Choosing not to take a KO, just dealing damage. That was very strange. We're gonna lose the counter catcher here though, which sucks. Which really, really sucks. I don't remember what the Delcatty does. If you could remind me, I would really appreciate it. And my Staryu should be safe. Do I even want Staryu? I guess. I mean, if I were playing Zoroark, I would definitely be playing at least 3, maybe 4 Field Blower. Yeah, my opponent definitely should not have End on turn 2. He also shouldn't have not taking a knockout on the Frogadier. That was really strange. I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe Alolan Muk is better, but I don't see how, like, getting Field Blow. It's not like Rayquaza is going to be ending you every turn, right? Rayquaza is rarely going to be ending you. So having Field Blower ready to deny the Fighting Fury Belt, having the Choice Band for Sylveon, it just doesn't seem out of the question enough to prefer shutting. Like, Alolan Muk seems like a win more card, but you would still play Sylveon, I would assume. And if you're going second, like by the time you set up Alolan Muk, maybe they already have 2 or 3 Rayquazas played. So how do you even stop that, right? Okay, so now my opponent decides to Shadow Stitching. Maybe he was being nice and giving us a chance. I think I'm gonna attach this energy. Okay, how the heck am I going to do this? My opponent will always have the advantage, right? Or almost always. No, Sylveon is if Sylveon has a tool card. And hello, Splatoon. Okay, so definitely I don't think Delcatty is gonna be useful, worth it to include in decks. like, you would just max it. Instead of that 1/1, you would just play extras of the supporter counts, I feel. Okay. So we get some decent cards here. Especially the Enhance Hammer. And let's Shadow Stitching. Yeah, Zoro Macargo with Sylveon seems a lot better. Like, I understand the appeal of Alolan Mach is that it does deactivate Baby Hoopa. That's the one reason why I would consider Alolan Mach over Macargo, because it does deactivate Hoopa, and therefore that match goes from an auto loss to an auto win from 1 second to the other. But yeah, instead of Delcatty, I think Palpat is better. And I think just maximizing your supporter counts is better. That would be my initial impression. Like, maybe testing would say otherwise, but that would be my initial impression. Okay, I left the Greninja Break active to tempt my opponent to trying to knock it out. Probably not gonna happen, but no reason not to, you know? Okay, there we see a Cynthia, Ivasora. I generally, without the counter catcher, I don't see how I'm going to turn this around. Thank you, Sparksy. Yeah, I'll definitely be playing the Nuzlocke later today. Definitely gonna be doing that. Okay, I think it's gonna come down to max potion usage for the most part. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll evolve into Starmie, no reason not to. I'll spread my energy probably here, and then I'll go here, and then okay, no draw support, and no max potions. I mean, we haven't seen max potions from opponent. We have seen Skyla and Professor Kukui, so a really weird build. As long as we find our max potions in a timely manner, I feel like I should be able to turn this around. Should. Yeah? Please don't use those words, Lonely Mitsubishi. Mexican Coke is nice, apparently, to many people, yeah. Beastbox was doing well. Yeah, Beastbox seems interesting. What kind of Macargo line would you run? Probably, maybe a 2-2, probably a 1-1. Realistically, a 1-1, I feel, would be better. Okay, I think, and wow! Thank you so much for the host, Matt Slash. Thank you so much for the host. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming over to watch me play. I mean, I think I heal now, right? No reason not to. I do lose the splash, but that's okay. Thank you so much, Mark, for the host. Thank you so much for the host. Very kind of you, and welcome, guys. Welcome. You run 3-2. Okay, I feel like 3-2 would be a little bit too much. Because of bench space. Like, if your opponent parallels you, you're never going to want to get rid of a Zork, right? You would want to get rid of. I feel like I should be conservative with my resources now. You never want to get rid of a Zork. You want to get rid of a. And Luther, thank you so much and welcome. You never want to get rid of Zork. You'd rather get rid of Macargo, right? Macargo gets you a card you need, but Zork just draws more cards overall, and it does get to a point where you don't need Macargo at all. So 2-2 or 2-1 seems more reasonable. Yeah, 1-1 seems like it's all you'll be able to fit into the deck. And okay. So do I do this and tempt my opponent to knock me out? He will never knock me out, right? In this situation, my opponent will never knock me out. If he does, it's a misplay. But if he does, I'd rather have this. I think if he does and I don't have this, it's a misplay from me. So I'll just Shadow Stitching again. And bro mate, we don't have a command called follow age. Thank you, Power Mouse. That's very kind of you. Nobody got banned or anything this time. Do people get banned constantly on Mark's stream? Chase TCG, what changes would you make to a Rangara list you played the other day besides Countercatcher? Maybe Max Potion. Maybe Max Potion as well. Including Max Potion and Countercatcher seems very reasonable in that list. One of those two. Okay. And okay, so my opponent doesn't fall for it. He goes for Shadow Stitching. Omega Caesar, how did you do in the win and in tourney? I tried to be fancy and played a really weird deck, so I actually didn't do well. I just dropped after losing the first round. I definitely submitted the wrong deck. I know I'll try to be more competitive in it for next time. Okay. This match is starting to be very, very weird. The Max Potions might be the differential though. It's crazy that neither of us have taken a prize. My opponent should definitely be a prize ahead. That was a big misplay by him. Big misplay. Not to take that prize. Like, you were at that point, you're not scared of anything. Your opponent cannot retaliate with anything in the mirror match. And Fielabas, hello, thanks so much for being here. It's been a while. What's VTTV? Your opinion on the bans? I think they're very good. I actually think the bans are very good for the game overall. Why does my opponent 3 energy in the discard pile, 2 in play? That means he still has half of them left. I'll definitely do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my energy have already been used up, but I still have my super out here. So I'll Shadow Stitching. I might be the one to draw first blood here. I mean, to take a knockout. Of course I remember you, Fielabas. I'm usually very good at taking note of people's usernames. I'm usually pretty good at that. Okay, so let me redo the bit things. There we go. Why wasn't it happening before? There we go. Now you guys can see who's number 1 cheerer for the day. Okay, so this is definitely a very long match here. I wonder what my opponent is thinking about. But essentially, now we have the upper hand because we only have 40 damage on our field and he has 320. Yeah, Frogs versus Frogs mirror match. Indeed. H to WM. Okay, so ooh, my opponent goes for Shadow Stitching. That is actually insane. I mean, not for Shadow Stitching, sorry, for Moonlight Slash for maximum damage. However, that means we get to Space Beacon, and that means we get 2 KOs on Greninja breaks, and we get an attack off. So this is actually pretty good for us. So I'm gonna KO the active, see who my opponent promotes. That's probably not a very good use of my energy, but it's okay. Yeah, that 60 should have gone to this Greninja break, I guess. It's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, so now he switches it up a little bit. So let's Giant Water Shuriken. Now I'll do it on this guy. Yeah, I messed that up a little bit. I definitely messed that up a little bit. I don't want to attach just yet. And I'm just gonna continue Shadow Stitching, but that eliminated 2 Greninjas immediately. That's actually insane. And with such a big hand, I have no idea how many energy my opponent actually plays, but it can't be that many. Yeah. Beast Bug's better than Bostrock? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think you ever Moonlight Slash there. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I definitely did not do maximum damage there. I don't think you KO Froakie though. Like, I think I should have done. I mean, in the end, the damage ends up working out pretty much the same. I needed to take out the benched Greninja Break and take out the other, or do 60 to this Greninja. What matters is damage on Greninja Breaks. That's what damage. That's what matters in this match. And there we go. And there we go. And few doubles. I would definitely recommend Russell from someone's PC. He's a really good coach. Who else? Okay, we finally got a win with Greninja. So now we're at 1-2. And we won the match that we were least likely to win too. And who else? Who else? Huh? No, they said